So welcome back to the Stade Pierre de Coubertin quarter-finals day here at the Yonex French Open. 3 courts in action, as you can see in this lovely stadium. And our next match is men's singles, our second men's singles of the day. And it features Viktor AXELSEN, who was a beaten finalist here in 2012 when he was still a junior player. He's up against Hong Kong's Long. So as far as the men's singles draw is concerned, this is the last of the quarterfinals to be contested. Sadly, we lost 1 seed before the tournament got underway, and that was the number 3 seed, Shi Yu-chi. So at quarterfinal stage, we had 6 of the 7 seeds that came through. The only seed that didn't come through was the 2-time former finalist and former champion, Cho Tien-chen, because he won the title here 5 years ago, and then 4 years ago he lost in the final. So the only seed who started the tournament not to progress through to the quarterfinal stage, the former champion Cho Tien-chen. So by quarterfinal stage, just for 2 former finalists, Viktor AXELSEN, as I say, and of course the defending champion Chen Long won the title last year. He's already beaten Rustavito of Indonesia. That match was 43 minutes, and Anthony Ginting, the number 8 seed, has put out Kento Momota, who was on a 28-match winning streak. And Kento Momota, finally, all the badminton that he's played over recent months had caught up with him, and he lost in just 43 minutes. Bit of a shame, because Kento Momota, you know how I love my records, Morten. Kento Momota had a chance to become the first men's singles player, in fact the first singles player, male or female, to win 4 calendar events of 500 and above, or a Super Series, because no other player had done that. Only 3 in a calendar following on each other. So that's a huge shame, but I think we are ready for the players to come onto courts. For our next quarter-final.
Et c'est parti pour un simple messieurs sur le court TV.
So the former world champion, the former world number 1, the beaten finalist here in 2012, Viktor AXELSEN, the number 7 seed, up against Long from Hong Kong. Well, as far as the man from Hong Kong is concerned, he's trying to record his first ever victory over the tall Dane in what today will be their 7th meeting. And it was Long who put out the only seed not to make it through to the quarter-final stage. He beat Cho Tien-chen yesterday. So there you can see all 6 previous encounters have been won by Viktor AXELSEN, including the last, which was in the last 16 of last year's World Championships, 21-19, 21-18. And not only has Viktor AXELSEN won all 6 previous encounters, he's won them all in 2 straight games. Long has never won a game against AXELSEN. So it's a tall ask.
That's fascinating. Not 1 game in 6 matches.
No. But today could be the day. He played very well yesterday.
He played extremely well yesterday.
Yeah.
Played with awesome pace.
Yeah, Long's victory over Cho Tien-chen lasted 1 hour and 18 minutes. It was an absolute thriller. So I hope the warm-up time is only starting from now, and they get the full 2 minutes. Viktor AXELSEN, 25 years of age, born in Odense, which is where we all were last week for the Denmark Open. Former world #1, as you can see, a total of 51 weeks as world #1 across 2 different spells. Went up 1 place on the world ranking this week to #6. Beaten in the final in 2012, lost out to Darren Liu, and then flew directly to Chiba in Japan for the World Junior Championships. Well, in the very first round, he beat the man promoted from the reserve list, the man who replaced Pranoy of India, Thomas Russell, and only got 15 points in total. In the second round, he got revenge for his first round loss in China against Tsuneyama of Japan. That was 3 games, an hour and a minute. Long, like his opponent, is 25 years of age, and he was born on Kowloon side of Hong Kong. He also went up 1 place in the world ranking this week. He went up to #9, but 2 weeks in total as world #6, which means he had 2 separate 1-week spells.
Yes.
At #6.
But that was a while ago, wasn't it?
Yeah. He was semi-finalist here in 2016, as you saw briefly. He beat Parupali Kachap in the first round, and then that match we were telling you about, the match against the former champion and #2 seed Cho Tien Chen. That thrilling encounter yesterday, an hour and 18 minutes. So our court officials for this one, Véronique Bertin from France and Harriet Simugabi of Uganda. Du Pengyu is in the coach's bench, former Chinese player, now coach in Hong Kong, China.
Angus, Hong Kong, China. And on my left, Viktor AXELSEN, Denmark. Viktor AXELSEN to serve, love all. Play.
So both of these players in the second round had marathon matches, an hour and 1 minute for AXELSEN for his 3 games over Tsuneyama, an hour and 18 minutes for Long. So I don't think there should be too much difference in the physical state of the 2 men. So I've got to ask Morten, 6 previous meetings and Long not won a game. There must be something in the style of play that Long finds difficult against Viktor AXELSEN. Any theories?
Service over, 1-0.
Could be. AXELSEN is a patient player and's got a good attack when he's launching it, and perhaps that's been unsettling Long. But I still think that AXELSEN is still not back to where he was before his injury, and yesterday I know he had to fight an hour and 1 minute, but I think he's perhaps a little bit more tired coming into this match than his opponents. He had to work very hard and he had to dig very deep into his reserves to win against Tsuneyama yesterday.
Oh yes, that's a lovely drop from Long.
3-1.
And Long really looked fresh, if you can say that, even after almost an hour and 20 minutes of play yesterday. Towards the end, he was just as fast as he was in the early stages of the first game. He was quick all the way.
The reason I asked you the question about the styles, and Axelsen must have a style that Long finds difficult.
Yes.
But of all the places they played, this is the first time they're playing here in France, and we've talked about it being slow conditions. Just want to watch this rally. Yeah, nice drop shot again.
Yeah, beautiful.
I think that Long, he's a lovely mover around the court. He's got some lovely drop shots. We've already seen that.
Absolutely.
I think his style suits the slower conditions.
It does.
And I don't think Axelsen is suited to slow conditions. So of all the places they could play against each other, I think Long has a better chance here in Paris than probably most other places in the world.
I concur. Absolutely concur. And you could see Long was in his element yesterday. He really played a good match against Zhou Chen.
Service over. 6-2.
Oh my goodness, what a good serve.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then follows it up immediately with the angled shot.
Yeah, but it's so nice to see the variation on that serve, serving it wide. 9 out of 10 are serving into the tee, into the centre of the court the whole time, and it makes it so simple and predictable for the one to receive.
Service over. 3-7.
But one thing that surprises me with Long is that he looks so relaxed in what he's doing, the way he's playing and all that. But I actually think that sometimes inside there is some insecurity and maybe a lack of belief now and again. Because when he played Zhou Chen in Thailand Open in the final, he was way up in that third and final game and lost it in extra points.
Good rally. Oh, yeah. Moving the tall Dane so well at the moment is Long.
He is.
But you see, Long had an injury scare earlier this year in the Tong Yung Kai Cup. He injured his right knee. He lunged forward and his foot slipped and you could see his knee sort of giving way.
Okay. I was not aware of that.
Yeah. Not that that would have had anything to do with his insecurity in the final of the Thailand Open, because
that was a mental thing.
Yeah. Well, when he reached the semi-final here 3 years ago, Long, he lost out to Lee Hyung-il, who then lost in the final. Good rally. Yeah. Wide and long. strongest rally so far. So, given the fact that he lost to Lee Hyun-il in the final, is my fun fact of the day. Lee Hyun-il then was the oldest ever men's singles player in a Super Series tournament. He actually broke his own record the next year when he reached the final of the Denmark Open, but he was the oldest at the time. And when AXELSEN reached the final of the French Open in 2012, he became the youngest, and still remains the youngest ever finalist in a men's singles Super Series event. Now that to me looked a little too casual. You know how you were saying he looked very relaxed?
Very relaxed playing the shot. And AXELSEN is simply just biting at his heels the whole time, just waiting for the opportunity and building point by point. And In Ka-long have to find a way of starting to secure points.
Oh, that's nicely done. I love the way In Ka-long moves around the court, because he's like a cat about to pounce on prey. He moves very low, doesn't he? He's got low centre of gravity, and then
very much so
leaps in the air and so on. So it's lovely, fluent movement. Well, that goes down as a service error.
Oh, good anticipation there from AXELSEN. He knew that was coming down the line.
Oh, that's a shocker. What a terrible serve.
And it's impressive that In Ka-long is not taking half a step forward when he's receiving the serve from AXELSEN, because that would add on a lot of pressure on that low serve.
10 minutes to the mid-game interval.
有时候我打法是对的，但是他有时候就一直推我，把我的速度有点拉慢了，我就要逼自己提醒自己要。
对，自己可能有时候需要发力啊，多喝点水，然后这很好，一分。
Talk TV 20 seconds. Talk TV 20 seconds. Play.
Oh, good net shot. How do you, as a player, stop yourself saying, as is the case possibly with In Ka-long, here we go again?
Yeah, I think you're right on that. But you know, you asked me earlier what could be the problem, and I wasn't sure. But I think it's the steepness of the smashes.
That's what I thought.
From AXELSEN, and that's really troubling him.
Yeah, well, that's pretty steep. But from the man himself, In Ka-long. World Tour tournament finals for In Ka-long, still waiting for his first World Tour title.
12-all.
Oh, that's a good push.
Service over.
If
13.
everything stays equal as it is now, Axelsen will win the match because Enkalong is simply not playing sharp enough. In the beginning, he played these wonderful block shots and completely outplayed his opponent. Now, he's not playing sharp enough. Look at that shot, way too much into the center of the court. That one is also not sharp enough. And that's where the steep smash comes in.
Yeah.
Enkalong is simply not making his shot counts well enough at the moment. And as I say, if everything stays equal, he will not be able to win it. He's got to open up and play more sharp shots.
So Axelsen has won 4 of the 5 points since the mid-game interval. That's well left.
Service over. 13, 14.
Oh, that's a nice drop.
That's out.
Oh, he didn't follow it up. Well, it's challenging. Well, the tournament referee is coming on because the umpire raised her right arm instead of her left arm. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, don't worry. We all make mistakes.
Exactly. Challenge unsuccessful. 1 challenge remaining. Service over. $15, 13. Play.
Yeah, he's lost his patience now, hasn't he?
16,
A little bit,
13.
Enkalong.
Yep. Yeah. Somehow he's making mistakes now that he did not make in the beginning.
Now that was a well-constructed rally.
Service over.
Yeah, it's beautiful follow-up.
14,
As you say, he's
16.
moving so lightly on court. It's a very nice follow-up here.
Yeah, lovely images too, look at that. Oh, that... Well,
No, I think this is wrong.
I don't think that Viktor AXELSEN should be challenging because the
Line judge was
judge
unsighted.
cited.
Yeah.
So it should be a free challenge, as it were.
Yep.
But he doesn't lose the challenge anyway because it was clearly out.
challenge successful. Service over. 17, 14. Play.
was no real power on that steep smash there for Encarlon to feed off with his defensive shot. And just in case you're wondering what's going on in the Stade Pierre de Coubertin, I can tell you that Chris and Gabby Adcock have just beaten Hoki and Nagahara in 3 games to book their place in the semi-final of the mixed doubles.
19-13.
Voilà qui vient d'être lancé par l'arbitre Fabio Botto.
9 of the last 12 points since the game interval.
Il y a encore des Européens en lice pour les demi-finales. C'est le cas pour Kristen Gabriel Adcock.
Now the pace is much better from Encarlon.
17-19.
Chasing Axelsen much better on the court here. Look at that one, and then good follow-up, and the pressure in itself is forcing the error. Much better pace here from Encarlon.
Oh, my goodness. That's a great smash from Axelsen.
Service over.
Wow. Steepness of shot did the damage. And 3 game point opportunities for the former world champion from Denmark.
Angus. Angus. Game point 17.
Opening game, 21-17 to the 2012 finalist here at the French Open. Viktor AXELSEN, opening game in 21 minutes.
Prøv at se der. Når du er oppe i det gear, så bliver duellerne heller ikke, du ved, udmagrende. Så kan der være en hver fjerde der. Men husk, alle omstillinger, når du løfter, klar i stængerne, catcheren fremme.
Præcis.
Okay? Nu kan du dyrke hans round og hætte en lille smule mere. Ja. Der er lidt vind ud i hans forhåndshjørne, ikke?
Ja.
Ja.
Hele tiden op.
Ja, lige nok. Og så husk følgende. Det er, for han drejede dig, ikke? Så pas på med at spille lige. Hvis du spiller lige baner, så skal du dække kryds på den næste. Ja, lige nok. Så da han prøver at lave sig temposkift.
Ja, det er egentlig fint nok, at man trykker på, man bare glider af på den, så kommer chancen.
Ja, lige nok. Eller endnu bedre, at trykke den tilbage i hovedet, hvor han kommer fra. Præcis. Fordi han løber lige. Nå, husk lige her. Forbanen, mellembanen. Det er det, der er fokus.
Præcis.
Ja.
Ligger at spille den ind mod midten der, så må han selv ligge. Han ligger hele tiden og vender mod forhånden.
Ja, især det.
Præcis. Og så er positivt hele tiden her.
Ja, men prøv nu her. Det er på grund af, at du kommer op i kadence, og du bevæger dig hurtigere.
Nemlig.
At det giver dig mulighed.
Præcis. Ja. Kom så. Hele tiden klar.
Alt andet lige, så tror jeg, der kommer mere op i din forhånd nu, men lad os lige...
Ja, lad os se, hvad han kommer.
Stop TV, 20 seconds. Stop TV, 20 seconds.
So Kenneth Jonassen using all of his allotted time there to talk to Axelsen.
Yeah, it's interesting. Of course, it's a different coaching style to many other coaching situations. The Danes, they like to have a dialogue. They like to discuss with the players. It's like a dialogue, and that's very, very important.
Good opening rally from Angus. You've left me hanging, Morten.
Did
I'm
I?
intrigued. I want to know more. Tell me what was said.
Yeah, but we had to watch the rally.
Yeah.
I think the thing is that the Danes, they really prefer to have a dialogue with the player and the coach. So the player in itself takes ownership of what has been discussed. You're not just being told what's happening and then do this. It has to be accepted by the player as well, and that happens in discussion. And that's why the Danish coaching situations are different to many other coaching situations around the world. And for some people, that might be interpreted as there is an argument going on, but there's not.
No.
It's just purely a discussion on how to go about it.
Yeah, that's nicely done. We have an expression in English, which is tell me and I forget. Ask me and I remember. Involve me and I know. You have that understanding. If you involve me in the process, and that's what you're talking about with the coaching.
Exactly, that's what I'm talking about.
So was there anything specific said there from either Axelsen or from Jonassen that would interest us?
Yeah, there's no secret that Axelsen is coming back from injury, and of course he's not match fit as such. But I think it was interesting when Kenneth Jonassen was saying to Viktor, okay, if you raise the pace in your game, the rallies actually becomes a lot shorter, and you probably will not feel the pressure physically in the same way. Maybe only 1 in 4, 1 in 5, and it's much better to go at a higher pace and then suffer now and again than go at a lower pace and suffer the whole time. And Viktor, he completely bought that and said, yes, I do agree with you on that. We have to step up in pace.
Yeah. Yeah. That's fascinating. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Oh, goodness. Super shot. Just look at the angle he creates here. That's fantastic.
Yeah, he's really using his height and reach.
Good rally. Clever as well, because his clear from Axelsen, big high clear to the centre of the court, cutting down any angle that Angus could try and create, In other words, almost just saying to himself, okay, I've gone at a fast pace, I need to start this rally again. It's not worked on this occasion.
Yep, I agree.
Well, the run of points comes to an end. 5 straight points there to Axelsen. Oof. Yeah, it didn't go over. Long was ready to pounce.
Service over. 8-4.
Well, looks back towards his coach
Service
to
over.
ask whether, in fact, he should have left that one. Would it have gone wide? I don't think so. What do you think, Morten?
No, I think it was in,
Yeah.
but it was a good smash from Long. But it's interesting to see the confidence in the service situation from Viktor now, when he's having the first game in the bag and is leading in the second. The service thing is so much better. His serve is much better.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it sort of came to mind to say, I know it's hypothetical, but imagine that Viktor was playing under the old scoring system, and you can only score when you're serving yourself.
Yeah.
That would put him in trouble. I know it's completely hypothetical, but just a fun fact of the day. Yeah.
Yeah. Well taken by Axelsen.
Yeah, but probably the worst shot in the book of men's singles played by Long here. This one here, that's probably the worst shot of all shots. Crossing from your forehand through the center into the forehand of your opponent, and everyone is waiting for that one.
Oh, there's that cross-court angled fast drop shot again from Axelsen.
10-5.
Yeah. Good play by Long.
Yeah, this time he was going for more 100% smashes.
Well, the Dane a little annoyed that Ankar Long given permission to go and towel down. Potentially, we're just 1 point away from the mid-game interval.
10. Service over.
5 points the advantage for Viktor AXELSEN here in the second game, having already taken the first.
Når du løfter, hvis du løfter med god længde, ikke også, så kommer droppet som oftest først. Ja. Ikke? Og hvis du løfter anden gang, så prøver han at dreje dig på drop nummer 2.
Præcis.
Så
Bare hvis jeg er
stadigvæk.
i tvivl, så bare hold den indad.
Ja, men lad nu bare clearene være. Det er forbane, 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 forbane.
Præcis.
Ja?
Det er godt spillet.
Ja. Så husk, spiller vi ind, læg klar med den ske hele tiden. Ikke? Klokke. Godt se, hvad det er, han vil der.
20 seconds. 20 seconds.
So it's only our television court that has matches to complete. Another 2 courts, all the matches have been completed so far, so everybody's attention on
11
this
6.
court, which is rather nice.
Play.
Anything to add from the advice there from Jonasson, or the discussion there?
No,
Oh,
not
that's
really.
landed in.
Yeah, that's well in. No,
Service over.
nothing
No.
new.
7. 11. Eight. 11.
It's gone wide.
9.
So what do you think
11.
Du Pengyu has said to Ankar Long? Or what would you have said to Ankar Long? Turn this match around.
All-out attack. And I think that's what he's doing. That's wide as well.
Yeah, he didn't hit one towards the back of the court in that rally, did he? Everything was
No,
going in
no.
a downward direction or
It's-
back to the net.
It's all about attack now. It's got to try to shake up Viktor as much as possible, get him out of his comfort zone, and I think he's done pretty well, taking the first 4 points here after the interval.
Service over. Well, 10.
Oh dear.
Service over.
What was that you were saying
11.
about the serve?
12.
Yeah, but now it's not as comfortable as
No.
what it was before. And that's when it's getting tight here.
It's going wide.
Service over. 13. 11.
That's out. Yep.
14. 11.
That's very unfortunate for Enkalong. Played himself into a very strong position there. But look at that, that push is too long on the back line.
Yeah.
That's extremely unfortunate.
Oh, it's just wide.
Service over. 12.
Nice
40.
backhand there from Enkalong.
And that's short.
Yeah, got what it deserved.
Service over. 15. 12.
Yeah, look where his feet are. Way inside that double service line.
Service over. 13. 15.
I like the idea.
Service over. 16. 13.
This is very important. 4 points up, 2 points up. That's
Brilliant.
good play. That's really good play.
Service
Well, the
over.
answer to your question is just 2 points in it.
2 points in it, yes. It was equally important for both the players.
Yeah. One point in it now.
16.
And when you consider he was 5 points adrift at the mid-game interval, he's done extremely well as Enkalong. Oh,
Service over. Seventeen. 15.
now the real determination to get back quickly, get behind that shot and thunder down the smash. That's what you were talking about after the opening game when they had that discussion.
Yeah.
Go for it.
Go for it, go fast.
Go fast. 3-point advantage and 3 points away from the second semi-final here. Two points away.
19-15.
Almost out of balance there.
Yeah.
But he took the chance.
16,
Could have worked out.
Back on. No, play with it. Okay.
That's a good lift.
Yes, it was. And that's out.
What a good rally. What an important rally.
Yeah, but Nkalong is putting himself into trouble there, playing that cross court of the net. And you can see the wonderful reach of Viktor AXELSEN, how early there he gets to it. And that is just a no-go for Nkalong.
Match point.
Match point opportunities for Viktor AXELSEN. 4 of them, but only needed the one. An error on the return of serve. And the former world champion, Viktor AXELSEN, beats Nkalong. 21-17, 21-16, the margin of the victory. 44 minutes. And Viktor AXELSEN through to the semi-final for a second
Match
time
won by Viktor AXELSEN.
after 7 years.
21-17, 21-16.
The moment of victory. Well, it was a tame finish to a very, very good match.
AXELSEN.
Confirmation of the scoreline. 21-17, 21-16.
Et vous pouvez raccompagner celui qui représentait Hong Kong, Nkalong Angus.